Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So today's reading is going to be a new one. This is going to be about your person's thoughts and feelings, channel messages from them today. The reading is going to be slightly different because we're going to compare their conscious versus their unconscious thoughts and feelings. This should be an interesting one. We have 4 piles from the left to right. Pause if you need a little longer. Pick the one which calls your name the most, and I'm going to begin with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the fluorite, this is going to be your reading. Your person's conscious and unconscious thoughts and feelings. The sky, the clouds. I feel like there's this strong energy of regret and contemplation is also a word that I'm hearing. So I have a few pre-shuffle cards. I'm going to take this one first. Divine Masculine. So this is a part of the conscious energy. This is the frequency of Divine Masculine. Supports are active, focused, strong side, facilitating our capacity to transform our dreams into form. This is number 17, reduces to 8. So your person has this energy that I'm picking up, that consciously they want to change the situation. Unconsciously, what holds them back is this fear of rejection that I am picking up. So I'm gonna pull out a 4-card spread or a 12. We'll see. The first line will be their conscious thoughts, the second line will be their unconscious, because they would be clarifying that. And supposedly, it's not even supposedly, like factually, your conscious thoughts are coming from an unconscious place, right? So it would work out perfectly in helping us understand why do they feel the way they do. We have the world in reverse. I just feel like I need space right now. Nine of Pentacles upright. I place cards as I feel guided to. Seven of Wands in reverse. Three of Wands in reverse. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the Emperor and the Six of Wands. So conscious thoughts are pretty strong in terms of wanting to win this situation with you, wanting a relationship with you. I feel guided to use this deck for the unconscious thoughts. Knight of Wands in reverse. I have a little bit of difficulty navigating this deck. Empress. Strength, and we have a Flipper, Fool. Wow, this is 10 of Wands with the Hangman, bottom of the deck. I hope it fits in the screen, and if it doesn't, then it's fine. So, where should we start? Okay, start with the unconscious energy. What is driving them? Okay, Taurus, Empress, Strength, Leo, Potential, Virgo, Fool, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Hangman, Hierophant, Taurus. So, the first card that we got is Knight of Wands. Well, consciously, a person is aware of the fact that they are not ready for this. That's how I'm going to loosely place it, because they're not completely unconsciously, they're not completely ready to settle down. Okay, they are not. There's something still left inside. Like there's still like a little bit of that, quote unquote, youthful energy. There's still this curiosity inside that, I still want to see what's more out there in terms of people, like an excitement. There's still this excitement inside that, um almost like maybe a little bit of grass is green or on the other side type of an energy that's unconsciously there, like, something that tells them a little bit that there's still this, youthfulness. I would really place it like youthfulness, like there's still a little bit left in me, like, sowing my wild oats, something like that. Like I still got a little bit more to experience, and they're not 100%, like they're 90 to 80% there, but there's still that 10% which is still like, oh, I still want to enjoy life, I'm young, and what's there in commitment, and things like that. And I feel like they have a strong connection with you, and they could be an attractive person, or they just have this charisma to them, and there's just still this, curiosity, what else is out there. So unconsciously, they're still not fully yoked. There's still this energy of wanting to have fun, not wanting to settle down. With the Empress over here, however, I feel like unconsciously there is a very strong recognition of the fact that they can't do any better than you. I don't know why I find this funny. It's like they know that they can't do any better than you, and they have to grow up, and they have this energy inside that this is the right path to take. There's this value, with the Empress, there's this Venus energy which is telling them, which is funny that it's showing up, the Venus energy is showing up in their bottom of the deck energy, with the Taurus energy, same planet. So this tells me that this person, somewhere feels like this is the right path to take. This is what I should be doing, despite this still, like, I still got a little bit of zest for life, and a little bit of I still got a little bit of it in me, and still it's like the Knight of Wands in reverse is a very small energy compared to the Empress. So it's not going to completely overpower, even though it's there. And that's why I said 80 to 90%, this person is in this place where they want to settle down in life. They feel like they've matured that way. And I feel like with the World in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles that have this energy, it tells me that they have this energy of wanting to also shape themselves into someone that is at your level. So what is driving this need to get their things in order, and why they're not completely ready, is something they are not aware of, is what I'm going to tell you. And I really hope you're able to understand, because this whole division thing is a little bit like, I can understand, but I'm not getting how to form it in words properly. I'm gonna try to do my best. It's like this energy of, like, after a really long time, they're doing something that's good for them. They're trying to be very mature. And I think that because there's still a little bit of residual in, like, I still got a little bit of fun left in me out here. This is why they're not feeling completely ready, because there's still something inside that tells them that, grass is greener on the other side. There's a small voice that still tells them that that is there. And I don't think it's necessarily harmful, but I think it is a little strong to influence this dilly dally contemplation that I picked up in the beginning. Three of Wands in reverse over here, um, with the Fool and the Ten of Wands and the Hanged Man, really tells me that in the reality, they don't see things changing. Unconsciously is also a part of intuition where they consciously might not know it, but there's something about the ego, and those three parts of egos. I forgot what you call that. Ed, ego, something like that. I really forgot. There's somewhere where spirit is telling me that unconsciously also, this is not just related with their subconscious, this is related with their soul. So they are somewhere being led. This person with the divine masculine energy, it doesn't matter, like, if they're a man or a woman, this person is very much being led by their north node. They're being very much led by their higher self. This person is not, see, like, I can't, like, it's gonna be, what's the word, unrealistic if I say that, oh, they don't have ego left in them, because they're human. They're always going to have that 20% of voice telling them to do something that's just in their comfort zone, or something that brings them just temporary gratification. But with the divine masculine energy, whether this is a man or a woman, this person is walking the path. This person is not just talking, they're walking it. So it's like this person is doing things that they don't even know that their soul is guiding them to do at this point. So in terms of how they're viewing it, their mental pattern may be very blocked off, but I feel like there's a feeling inside within both of you that something is going to happen over here. And I feel like with the Ten of Wands, this person is still wrapping up this cycle of, I'm not feeling like non-committal, I just feel like the grass is greener on the other side is very related with the rejection wound over here. And I think this is what brings me to the middle line of your reading, which is the Strength and the Seven of Wands. They are a very strong personality within themselves, okay? There is no denying of the fact that they are themselves a strong personality. Emperor upright is the divine masculine energy. This is a confirmation twice in your reading with the Aries energy that this person is literally unstoppable when they know what they want. And right now it seems like you are someone that they see very, very seriously. I have the word strictly and I said seriously, and I feel like both words probably fit in, because they're like very serious about you in this situation. And I think it's just like, because unconsciously they're clearing out a lot of things. Ten of Wands is a burden, and in this deck, because they told me to take this deck, it's like Illumination and the Hanged Man over here, which tells me that they are realizing that they don't have to carry the burdens that come with this specific lifestyle. They're realizing that this type of lifestyle, where I have one person, I have water where grass is greener, is something that this person recognizes with the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles upright. So a lot of the mental blockages that are coming out, you can take it as a purge. So maybe if you're watching other readings, this is a very, very, very insightful message that I'm getting, is like you're watching other readings and you're just picking up on this person's mental blockages and things like that. It's because those readings are based off their conscious, thoughts. Somewhere it will reflect unconscious feelings and needs and wants to reach out, but they're not able to do that. And this is because this person is mentally purging something right now. So the fact that we did the division of unconscious and conscious really tells me that the conscious is actually leading them in the right direction, which gives me a very hopeful, promising energy over here. Which it's like, had it been all talk no show, then the opposite cards would have come out in these two columns. But given that the mental pattern is more blocked, which tells me that consciously this person is purging a previous part of themselves, somewhere where life is making them probably go through things that they um, don't align with. They've outgrown this, and that's why uh, this person's intuition and their ego somewhere is aligning with these values, that this is where you should invest, brother. This is where life will take you ahead. Not this sowing your wild oats anymore. Like, you want to be a real man or a woman, you gotta invest right in the right person. Considering they see your worth, it's like they're trying to up level themselves. The Empress is not just representing you over here. The Empress is representing an energetic body that this person is trying to match up with. When they think that they want to level up, what does that mean? When they want to level up with you, it means that they want to match a certain frequency, and to match that frequency they have to let go of all of this, which is a mental purge. Why does it happen that you face a lot of chaos right before, like, you've got to have a breakthrough? This is because you face a lot of chaos, because you're purging. So this is a mind purge. This is all the negativity. Things are difficult for me. The 10 of Wands is a heavy energy. Nevertheless, I do feel like the Fool also represents that this person is somewhere just like, man, I'm just sick of going around in the same sort of shit with other people that make them overly defensive, because they're not embodying the Empress prototype. They're not embodying a vibration that radiates openness. They're not embodying a vibration that is secure. And they might have attracted you in their life, but they definitely are someone that knows how to seize an opportunity over here, right? So I'm gonna take this one. King of Swords, Page of Cups, Seven of Wands in reverse again. This is like, this person has tapped in with a part of themselves where they realize that, because this is the unconscious part, and I feel like they've tapped in because the Seven of Wands also came over here, which tells me that with the King of Swords in the Page of Cups, it gives me that they're trying to switch to a little more softer side, because they know that it doesn't work well with you, or it hasn't worked well with other people. They have this very strategic outlook towards things, and they are trying to embody a more free flowing, it's got fishes, like, flow with it. Like, I just got to let a little bit loose. I just got to let it a little bit loose. That's what I'm hearing. I'm gonna open this one. Let your friends help you. Separation. I feel like now these are both conscious. It doesn't matter. I don't know how it'll go in other piles, but for yours this is mixed. And I feel like this person, I don't think that there's a lot of friendly influence. I think that this is a lot of soul guidance. I feel like this person, it doesn't have to mean that they're like constantly meditating or praying. I feel like it's more plausible if this person prays. I don't pick up on a meditation facet over here, but I do feel like all of this is your person. um I think that it's not what their friends are telling them. I think this person is smart enough to recognize what to do at this point, and they're in separation with you possibly, and they don't know when this goes away, but they just know it will. There's something inside that tells them this is not over. There's something inside them that tells them, their intuition kind of tells them a little bit, like, they don't understand it. It comes from just deep inside them that they're like, no, like this is not the end of it, like this cannot be the end of it, because like look at how much I'm changing because of them, like they're definitely good for me, like they are bringing out a better version of me, they're not driving me into insecurity patterns and jealousy and like making me, it's like you're helping this person release a lot of these safety net options that they used to keep around, is what I feel over here. We have protection and reflection in reverse. And what do we have here? Delusion, obstacles. This is conscious, this is unconscious. I feel like this person sometimes refuses to look at what really bothers them, which really nullifies it down to a rejection wound. That is the major obstacle to having you around. It's as easy as that. I'm not going to read too much into it, but with delusion, protection, I can tell you again, this is like a dark cloud. This is, they are in this defensive place, they're not talking to you if they're not reaching out. If you're picking up on a lot of other things in different tarot readings, it's because this person is actually purging. So what their internal compass is telling them to do right now might be a little bit overpowered by the thoughts that they have, but I don't think that it is so strong, because there's somewhere I feel like your person is just strong or mature enough to separate fears from intuition. Like, I'm not saying they're the best at it, like heck, even if, you know, my shadow gets the best of me as well, so it's like unrealistic to expect somebody to be like 100% figured out. But I feel like this person is smart enough, with the ease at which I'm reading these um energies, the bifurcation of the conscious and the unconscious really tells me that they are pretty grounded. They might have this energy like, you know, I still am youthful or something like that, but I think that one thing they might benefit with knowing is that their mind is just purging a lot of old programmings and thought patterns, and they're probably a little bit aloof from you because they're trying to help themselves, they're trying to get out of cycle, and they don't know when it will end. But I feel like it's pretty close by, like this person is doing the absolute work that they really need to do to get out of this situation. And I feel like it's not just related with you, but they're setting themselves up for success in any relationship in their life. I feel like this is a major cycle that they're closing out, because we have the Fool and the Ten of Wands, which tells me this is like a big cycle that they're closing out. And I gotta tell you that a lot of it is motivation from you, and just like how they feel like you bring out this masculine energy, like a primal instinct, like, you know, I can achieve anything that I goddamn want to in my life. So I just feel like this person is like pretty smart. I don't know why do I feel the need to say this again and again. It's like I feel like you shouldn't be worried about it. Sometimes it's not always, but sometimes time does heal and they require time. This is not just gonna happen in a flick of a finger. How are they viewing you in this situation? Ten of Wands, Eight of Cups, Reverse, Five of Cups, and the Judgment. Well, they see you somewhere walking away that really plays on their heart, is what I'm gonna say, and they feel like you've also tried to move on, but you can't. There's some sort of energy that they feel around you, and they feel like you're guiding them. You're like their north node. That's what I keep hearing. It's like, you know, like up in the sky, you can just see a, you know, like a little bit of imaginary point that, you know, this is where I gotta get, this is where I get going. Like this is where I gotta get, this is what I, this is where I have to be. Okay, that's a better word. So it's like they feel as if, like, you know, you have realized a lot of things about the situation, and you're somewhere trying to also move on and struggle, because they're not telling you anything. They're not telling you they're, you know, they're not telling you anything, that they're trying to align their p's and q's, and they're just trying to get their shit together so that they can come towards you. But it's like they don't know when this will happen, and I almost feel like this person has a little bit of a surprise element. Like they want to surprise you with this newborn version of themselves, and they kind of want you to see them as a powerful person, not someone that is struggling with their life. Like they just want, they want you to see them for who they are beyond this struggle. They want you to see them as a victorious person, like with this emperor energy. This, like, you know, when men go to war and their queens are waiting back home, and they want to come back, and they want to come with the flag, like they want to come back with the victory and the trumpets. They want to come home as the victorious one. And with the lovers in reverse, this person worries a lot about the fact that, you know, what if somebody else takes you away, because they're not doing damn shit about it. And I don't know, like they're probably out and about and they're just pretending, but this person is not showing this to anyone, that they're working hard on themselves and they're thinking so damn deeply about it. Like I see somebody just sitting at night thinking, sometimes crying, like they're doing the healing work. So it's like sometimes they're writing. I see somebody writing and journaling. I see somebody writing their goals down, even if they're not a big writer, and they're just doing whatever, you know, they used to think, or they used to look on social media as to what works for manifestation. And this person may be looking up at emotionally intelligent videos on their attachment style. Like I just feel like this person somewhere is just trying to educate themselves and get the help that they need. Let your friends help you, because somewhere, if you know they're not reaching out for help, it's just like their intuition is telling them that, hey, you have the internet, you know, use it. Internet is such a tool. And it's like so much information is available these days, and this person is just trying to figure out like what's the best, like how can I heal myself. They've understood this. There's no way getting out of this till the time they don't heal themselves. And I feel like they pity you a little bit in the situation that, you know, you've been left in, and they feel sad for you. They feel like, you know, this situation must have hurt you a lot because they left without saying anything, or something like that happened. We got the soulmate card because they really, really care for you, and I feel like they want to give you the best of best. I feel like you're like you're it for this person. I don't think they're looking for anything else. Retreat. I feel like they want to come out of retreat, wedding, and calling in your soulmate. That's what I'm seeing here. Pile number one. What else do we need to know? I'm gonna pull out an advice card for you. See what you need to know before I let you go. Pile number one. Look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you realize. Number 11. So whatever that means to you, pile number one, your intuition, your guides, your higher self, God, spirit guides, all of them want you to know that this is a spiritual connection in your life, and whatever you feel is the right thing you need to do in this situation, do that. Don't let your mind convince you any other way, and it is always safe to trust your heart. This is a spiritual connection, and then we again have true love. Once this love is once in a lifetime. You got to trust that it's not just here to play with your heart, but whatever your intuition really tells you, take steps towards that, whether it is to work on yourself meanwhile as well. Detach yourself from this situation, because timing is something that I see that is prominent over here. Sometimes it takes a lot of months or weeks of hard work till you reach a night that gives you overnight success. It takes a lot of hard work when you reach that one night that changes everything, right? So don't ever lose hope. It's like keep walking, keep walking. You never know which door will open up for you. It's not just related to this person, but in other things in your life, okay? Pile number one, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. I have a second channel called the Feral Oracle. I post different spiritual topics, pick a card readings. It has been mentioned down below. Please do check that out. Give it a subscribe. And let me know how this resonated with you in the comments section. Personal readings is open. You can contact me on my email given down below, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Prehnite Palm Stone, this is going to be your reading, your person's thoughts and feelings. So we have the moon. I believe that this person, a lot of what they're thinking about, which is very obvious, which is what all of us do, is that we are powered by our subconscious beliefs. But I think that your person's energy is more dominated by their lower state, being thoughts, basically more of concrete thoughts that are coming from subconscious mind, which makes me almost feel like they're not completely aware of the fact. Like sometimes we are aware of these patterns and we make a conscious effort to change it into positivity, or we try to change it. But over here I pick up that this person is very much being ruled by their subconscious psyche, which is not in awareness. Because I mean, this is very basic. All of us are operating through subconscious beliefs in this given moment. But this person is operating out of certain specific patterns and belief set of patterns that they are not completely aware of as of now. We have the card of abundance. The energy of abundance activates our ability to manifest the wealth we need in the sense of fulfillment that comes from a heart and soul that is overflowing with love and gratitude. This is what I pick up that they actually desire. This is what they really want. So I feel like this energy that your person has right now is very shy and timid. There are certain people that actually grab life by its, and they actually like get shit done. They're very aggressive. Your person is shy in a sense, they're quite passive, and it's not just like if you are like that, you are like that in every area of your life. That is a personality trait. So I'm going to pull out firstly their conscious thoughts and then their unconscious thoughts, and we're going to break it down by comparing what is really making them think like this. Okay, I place cards as if I feel guided to put them. Four of Cups, Knight of Wands, I'm picking up on tennis and badminton for some of you if your person plays that. I'm also seeing the image of a whale. Whale literally gives us the spirit animal of a lot of feelings. The Lovers in reverse. This is the Six of Cups in reverse. Gemini. King of Cups in reverse. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the Emperor and the Six of Swords. King of Swords. Consciously, what I'm seeing on their mind with the Four of Cups and the King, Knight of Wands, Lovers in reverse, and the King of Cups. There's an inability to move forward despite knowing that this situation is not making me happy like the way it is right now. I see probably a lot of distance. And I see this person trying to be more emperor like, but it's not happening because they don't have the right set of tools. It's like this situation has caught them off guard, and they feel like they don't have this energy feels like they don't have the right tools, or they don't know how to navigate this situation actually. Very, very timid energy, like they're just not sure of themselves as a person, who they are, what do they want in life. This person needs more time to figure themselves out, I'm gonna say that. This is the type of energy that kind of gets swayed away by what looks good on the surface, or just like what looks enticing. I don't think that they have a very strong set of values. Not necessary that I'm calling them like they're a player or anything of that sort. No, this is just someone that doesn't have that ground footedness, like this is what I want and this is what I want. And there is a lack of awareness within themselves about what are their emotional needs, what do they really want. And that's why there's so much confusion, because it's like this is the type of a person that will, if somebody approaches them and somebody likes them and they pursue them hard enough, they will start dating that person without really seeing if this person that's pursuing them or wants them, do they fit into what they want for themselves. It's like there's no idea. It's like if they look good and they feel good and it looks enticing to them, basically it tempts them or it calls them in some shape or form, they will start dating that person. They are not very selective or something like that. It makes me feel as if like maybe this person has not been chosen by a lot of people either, or something like that. It's like and when there's no ground footedness, it means that if there's the next person that wants to be with them and things are rocky, it's like there's no ground footedness. You don't really know. It's like they're like with the wind, they just keep flowing wherever opportunities really take them. This is someone that really takes up opportunities, and right now they're seeing the situation as something that is not just an opportunity. This is something that um I can't really comment much because their energy is as such. It's like I can only give information till the level of intellect that a person and understanding that a person has of themselves, and why you're getting this energy from this person despite the emperor being here. It's like it gives me that they're very good at pretending that they know shit, but when you take a deeper look at it, they are kind of masking a lot of things. They're not really, I am going to call it immature, but I'm going to call this more naive. This just doesn't feel like someone that they're gullible, they're naive. This is not, it's like they can get swayed away by things in life, honestly. What are their unconscious? Now the cards are coming out. Page of Swords in reverse. Seven of Pentacles. Upright reverse. Reversed. Strength in reverse. Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups with the Five of Swords. You see, this is someone that unconsciously is pretty insecure. Um, and I feel like it's safe to say, pile number two, that you are also unaware of who you are at some level. If I take a deeper look at both of you, I feel like your desire to be just loved and be in a relationship supersedes the quality of the relationship. It's like sometimes it's just good enough to have somebody around rather than to be alone. Page of Swords with the Four of Cups tells me that this person, and I feel like I'm hearing from Spirit that feel free to take these messages that I talk about their subconscious, because they do match to some sort of inner deep wound that has probably called this person in your life, or vice versa. I do pick up on a soulmate connection over here, something that's pretty deep, and that's why I feel like this person cannot just flow with the wind when it comes to you. This person feels like they have to be strong at what decisions they take over here, and simply because they just don't know what to do, it's rather easier to just stay away and kind of like hope for this to fade away. Um, um, I mean, that's a little painful to hear, but let's see how it unfolds. Okay, let's see what comes up. I feel like with the Four of Cups, this is like this sense of having discontent at all times. This is like this unease that I have with myself, and when I think of you, I think of you as a muse in the moment, the book he's reading. It's like you're very interesting and you keep me occupied, but then my thoughts or my body is so restless. It's like I'm pretty lonely, and the type of loneliness that I have inside is not something that you can fulfill. This is the type of loneliness where even if you give me 15 people to keep me occupied, I still won't be enough. It still won't be enough. That's what I hear. It still won't be enough. Page of Swords in reverse tells me that there's unresolved issues that are deeply suppressed. This is not something that I would blame them or you if you're resonating with the message that I'm sharing, because I think maybe there's mirroring over here. I think that Page of Swords in reverse gives me that there are things that are coming to light, but the full picture is not coming to light because there are certain things that the mind has to explore in its own due time. This will show up slowly by slowly as the universe thinks that it is time for it to be revealed with the abundance. This is the abundance of the universe, the abundance of intelligence that the universe offers, the abundance of time, healing, love, friendship, companionship. Everything comes at its own time. So this is not a procedure where I would rush you through the process, or this person, whatever you're dealing with, suppressed emotions, whatever is coming, is meant to come up in the way it is. And that is the right way to deal with it. That's what the universe is saying to you, that, and to your person, in fact, that these series of events are not coincidence. They're actually very timely measured, and they're happening for a reason, to make you understand that this is how you really feel inside, deep down. Seven of Pentacles is an energy that they do want to invest in this situation. They really, really feel something with you. And I wonder if this person often feels inadequate, that they're not really aware of, because this feeling of other people not being enough or nothing being enough comes ultimately from a place where you don't feel enough. Like there's a void inside. So no matter how much I keep putting in, it's like doomed. It's just not going to amount to anything, because all that I need is literally going to come from myself, not anything or anybody else. So um they want to invest in this situation mainly because they feel like they can't do any better, or that energy that I picked up in the beginning, that they, if somebody pursues them hard enough, they will ultimately give in to that and they will settle for it. So in a sense, it's like it's nothing on you, don't take that message personally, but I cannot ignore the fact that they don't have any checklist or understanding of like, this is my emotional need, this is the type of person that will be able to fulfill that. Because for you to understand what your emotional needs are, you need to be emotionally open to yourself. And strength in reverse tells me that they don't begin to really think, or this is like ignorance is bliss, and not even in a cold-hearted manner. This is just like this person keeps floating through life is what I see. It's like there's a sense of belongingness. I don't know what type of childhood they've had, but it seems like maybe their parents were divorced, or it was a very, very bad relationship, which ultimately resulted in no space for them to feel their emotions. It was always about the parents. So it tells me that this is also suppressed inside, that my feelings are a burden because the parents never really allowed this person to, like, basically never catered to them and asked them, like, are you okay, or something like that. So it's like always skipping from one thing to another is how they have literally managed to survive, I feel like, in life. And this is not somewhere where I'm playing the blame game. This is for you to understand that this is the subconscious part. This is where the inner child has learned how to survive literally with what they have, right? And Five of Swords could be an energy of like, I'll leave you before you leave me. Like, the moment I start seeing signs of you trying to leave me, I'm gonna leave you before you leave me, because like I'm not gonna be able to take that pain, because I already feel so shitty about myself at the end of the day. There's not much positivity that I pick up in this person's brain at the end of the day, and that's what I started off with. Like, they are so riddled with their lower state and their low, these feelings of burden and all of this with the, like, I'm hearing the word injured sacral chakra. It's like a strong chiron energy over here. Like, it's like really wounded energy within them. And I feel like that's what is over here, that I'll just take anybody who is willing to love me and accept me for who I am, because basically I just don't know how it feels to be seen. So I'll just take anything at that point. I don't have emotional needs because I don't even know that I was allowed to have emotional needs. And the only positivity that probably I see in this person's unconscious, which is a subdued energy of positivity, is the Two of Wands. I'm still looking out for better hope or better prospects in my life. Um, I don't think this reading is entirely about you. I think that it's, I mean, like, feelings wise, the King of Cups in the reverse just says a lot about your reading, that they haven't even felt the full extent of it. That's why I can't say much. Unconsciously, a lot of these feelings are not about love. A lot of these feelings towards you are of attachment. I don't pick up on a lot of love in the unconscious department as well, because simply because it's just being powered through by the state of surviving, by the state of just floating through life, by the state of, there's always this energy of being on the go with this person. I don't know if as a child they had to change schools quite often, or they were always moving around here and there because of their parents' job, or they just had some difficulty where they just couldn't settle down, or stability was never an option in their childhood. So it makes me feel like the disturbed environment, the lack of stability and peace and comfort has made this person always looking out for the next adventure, next best. It's like they never really think about settling down, which can result in a lot of things. But I think the main concern over here is that they never really know how to settle down and just be content with what they have. They almost have this energy of constantly getting bored, which in some twisted manner is powered by this feeling of not feeling enough, feeling empty inside, feeling like nothing is ever good enough, because they don't feel good enough. So it's like, they never find anything good enough, or they never stick around with what is going on with them. I feel valid to pull out a few more cards, see exactly what they think and feel. Devil in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse. Capricorn, I'm hearing this song, I don't want to know. If you're playing me, keep it on the low, 'cause my heart can't take it anymore. So if you're creeping, keep it on the low. Oh, baby, I don't wanna know. Four of Wands. Three of Swords. You know, this energy that I really, really pick up. Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Swords in reverse. I would settle for the half of you rather than nothing of you. That's literally what I hear. There's a romanticized version of brokenness, dysfunctionality within this person, and I felt like saying this before. It seems like maybe you guys are trauma bonding because a lot of it is based on what you know that love is, not what love should actually feel like. This is a lot of pain and pleasure. There's some sort of sadistic play going on over here where I hurt you, but then I come to save you, and ultimately it serves like pain because this is what your childhood and this person's childhood might have been like. Do you see? 5, 4, 3. He also has 6, 5, 4, 3, 7. So it almost really gives me this sense of like this person's way of being in a relationship is that no matter what happens, we'll persevere through it, but then one of you or either of you again has some issue and then again you solve it. Like there's a lot of makeup. We fight, we make up, we fight, we make up. That's what they constantly think about. So if the relationship has already been through some shit, this relationship is just operating out of what both of you think love is. So if it hurts, there's deeper things at play that are manifesting as both of your frequency in this connection. I feel like one of you has to be strong enough to break the cycle and recognize that this is not how love should be. This is actually abuse. It's somewhere like this person is trying to fill that void within themselves by thinking like, oh, this connection is pretty special. And it might be really special. But the thing is, the crux of it is that there's somewhere you are just not recognizing this is not. I mean, even if you do know, there's just this, at the end of the day, there's always this thought that we'll get through it, we'll get through it. Because it's not just you that's hurting, it's like they are also hurting. But the thing is that maybe if you think about it, you both are an escape for the pain that already exists within you. So I have a few pre-shuffle cards. I'm going to pull out the conscious and the unconscious. Resistance, renewal. Consciously, they want to get past it. They do want to solve things with you again. I'm hearing they always want to solve things with you. Release your ex. So I feel like if you're this person's ex, or I feel like for majority of you are this person's ex, they want to resolve things with you. And if somebody else is their ex and you're not their ex, I feel like they feel the need that they need to let go of that connection and they need to like do better for themselves. For the unconscious, we have influence and connection. Unconsciously, you remind them definitely of their parents. I have never been so sure of something. They remind you of your parents, and you remind them of their parents. That's why they never give up. Almost there's need inside that if we fix this, it'll prove that I'm worthy of love. It'll change something from my childhood. It's like in this moment you're trying to work out this so hard so that it repairs something in the past. We have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Influenced. Influence. What is this about? Silence. Isolation. Both of you connect with some sort of emotional unavailability on a subconscious manner, on a subconscious level that allows for you to feel safe with the amount of distance that you create with each other. There's some sort of ghosting element, or there's some sort of like abandoning a situation element. I do see the past life connection. So it's almost like I feel like the ghosting element over here really tells you that something just reminds you of your childhood. This is exactly what they say, that we accept the love that we think we deserve. I know that your reading is not an easy one to absorb, but I feel like it's very interesting in the way in which I am discovering how the unconscious is exactly tracing it back to your childhood, and the conscious brain has no understanding of it. Like, it's just the nervous system and the wounds that are running the scheme over here. um there's a relativity concept, like, I relate with this, so this has to be love. I have been brought up in isolation, so this has to be love. I feel like this connection has its own physical manifestations of the wounds that fester inside. It's like, in different ways: anxiety, lack of appetite, losing your appetite, or overeating, acne, binge watching, disassociating, depression, substance abuse. It's like this connection has a relativity concept, like what we call as familiarity. I feel this, I've felt this, and this is what feels home. So their subconscious and just what they understand overall, okay, not just subconscious, but like a collective energy, that the connection that we have is what feels like home, and I don't want to give up on it. There is more attachment than love in this connection. I'm gonna pull out advice cards for you now from your person. Romance, lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. 25. Somebody could be 25 years old or 30. This person, if they have been ignoring you a lot, they want to spend more time with you. Love yourself first. So the advice over here is to recognize a pattern that is playing out in your life. It does not matter what type of flesh they are in, it's just like how they look. There's a specific type of person that keeps showing up in your life. Different bodies, same lesson. We are the world, and maturity in reverse. I think don't stress about where you don't understand certain things. Healing, this procedure takes time, consciousness, and healing. You gotta know that that's what I said in the beginning. There's a time and place for everything, and everything reveals itself in its due time. So don't try to force the healing procedure. Whatever is given to you at hand, take it as a task, that this is something that I need to understand about myself. Why do I feel like this, and why is it hurting me so much? Your brain will remember things that it is supposed to remember in its own due time. Whatever you feel like wherever you're trying to rack your brain too much to understand what is the answer, how can I solve this. This is not a one time puzzle. This is you as a human and them as a human. And humans need time. They're not a puzzle to be solved. They're people that need love. And you can only give as much love as you feel for yourself. First of all, learn to love yourself and take out time for yourself before you try to save somebody, and have strong boundaries in a situation where you feel violated or taken advantage of, or where you may have a better understanding that this is wrong and you've been asking for other things that would make you feel or facilitate your healing journey. If the other person is not able to deliver, you shall put boundaries, not for them but for your own safety. Okay, so pile number 2, this was your reading. I'm gonna leave it here. I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Personal readings are available, information is given down below, and I also have another channel called Fatal Oracle. This is all about spiritual pick a card readings. The link is given down below. I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you choose the yellow agate, this is going to be your reading. The strong heart chakra energy over here, we have the star. So this is about a connection over here. This is about your person thinks about the connection that they have with you. This is about astral communication as well, probably. So also your person has very strong feelings for you, and I think at times this person really doubts whether you feel the same way, even if you have had this conversation, or like if they've had physical proof of it, or you've told them, like whatever it is, they still tend to doubt themselves, like, yeah, but they were interested in me, or they said that they were interested in me, but are they as interested as I feel? Like there's an indefinite sense of belongingness, and I feel like this person may be someone that has spent a lot of time just thinking about you. I feel, especially like they spend a lot of energy thinking about you, is what I feel. I want to use the intuitive night goddess. So I use one tarot deck to take out this person's conscious feelings, one row, and then it is clarified by another deck that symbolizes your person's unconscious feelings, so that we have an understanding of what really fuels the conscious thought patterns, right? Because we all operate out of subconscious patterns, whether they are good or bad, right? So currently, I'm picking up on this quite upbeat energy. It seems like a person has figured out something, or they've had some realizations, or I feel like this person has cracked something in terms of your connection. So I take cards as I feel guided to put them. Nine of Wands in reverse. The sun was popping out continuously, Leo. This is a clarity card. This is about breakthrough. This is basically like clarity of thought. King of Wands. Ace of Cups. Two of Pentacles. We have the seven of Wands and the Emperor as the bottom of the deck energy. I'm seeing the Fool. Six of Wands. It's a very happy energy over here. I think I really feel like some conflict has resolved after a really long time. Like either it was an internal struggle or it was something that was difficult with their family or external circumstance, which was quite permanent in their life. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It could be a legal matter as well. Empress. Five of Pentacles. Magician. So Taurus, Virgo, Gemini. Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, I have the Seven of Wands over here as well with the Eight of Wands. How interesting. You know, interestingly, this card, Empress, was exactly in this position, probably in the first pile. I feel like there's something with the beginning of the unconscious spread with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Four of Cups. There's something that it's either about money or stability, but it's definitely related with the earthly realm. It's very related with a survival, um, something that is required for survival. So it could be related very much with their root chakra, that this person unconsciously has. This is someone that is pretty connected with the subconscious energies right now. I feel as if this person is trying to get over a wound of unworthiness, or they're trying to really alchemize it, because the conscious card with the Magician in reverse is the Ace of Cups, which is about new beginnings, which is about alchemization, which is about purifying it. So it seems as if, like with the Magician in the reverse, and prior to that, we have Five of Pentacles, which is a feeling of unworthiness. I almost wonder if this person was someone that was pretty good at offering something, but in terms of you or this connection, it's like requiring them to level up. I think that the King of Wands really indicates with the Five of Pentacles someone that had something to offer. Um, for example, let's take the Ace of Pentacles as a value denotion of 10, and then we have 5 over here, okay? So it's 5 is like the half of it, right? And this person understands with the Nine of Wands that to reach a level of what they really want with you, the Emperor energy and the Seven of Wands, they have to add 5 more pentacles to qualify to the Ace of Pentacles, which denotes value of 10. So over here, I think that your person is someone that unconsciously cannot, it's like they can't recognize overall how much they're leveling up, okay? With the Two of Pentacles, this is an energy of this back and forth energy that I can come forward, I can offer this, I can do this with them, but then there's also this feeling that constantly keeps pulling them back, that but you're not stable enough. So this doesn't have to be a man, but it is giving me strong masculine energy that feels for some reason that, see, it doesn't have to be pertaining to just gender. If this is a man, it's very, very plausible that he needs to be more financially secure. If this is a woman, it could be the same, but due to gender roles, there's a possibility that this woman needs to become more stable within herself. Either ways, financial stability is very important. um I think that financial stability also gives you a sense of independence and emotional freedom, which could be related to an internal struggle where maybe this person has not been able to make their own choices in the past. And I just don't know, like, it's related with the root chakra, it's related with stability, even if it's not just about money. But I see that um, the King of Wands energy with the Five of Pentacles, they have felt as if this this is another level of, like, they're playing in a different league now. They're not just looking for, I don't know, they were pretty good for a specific level, standard of level, but in your case, or in this new league that they've stepped in, seems as if like this will not work. We do have the emperor energy over here and the empress over here, which tells me that they are trying to balance out masculine and feminine energies over here. I cannot ignore how the emperor came out with the conscious energy, which tells me that they consciously want to show up in a more masculine manner, but internally they have been a lot more softer than they show there to be. That's how I almost feel like they're not. It's maybe like they show themselves to be something when they're not actually that. Sometimes they're like, I think that this clarity, the sun is about the fact, yes, thank you, Spirit. I think the clarity is about the fact that they have realized that they are not a very emperor prototype. And again, this is not about gender, they are more of an empress prototype. It means that it's not a comparison, nobody's lesser or more than, it's just a prototype, right? It means that if you move in alignment with what you really are, you will succeed. So the empress over here gives me that this person actually, in terms of relationships, has realized that they are a nurturer. They can be a provider and a protector as well, but they are more of a nurturer. They have a very feminine way of giving and receiving love. So I'm not sure what that exactly means, but I feel like if you know your person, you would know what I am saying. Because honestly, I say certain things that I don't have a practical understanding of it. It narrows down to the other person's personal situation. So if that doesn't resonate with you, then just let it be. I think that maybe they were trying to be, I don't know, they were trying to be somebody else. It just seems like that. And I feel like they have realized they need to stop putting up a fight against themselves. And I don't know, for a specific few of you, there seems like a woman who was pretty masculine in the past. It was a lack of a strong father figure in her life, which made her prone to take a more of a leadership role in her own life. So it took away from some sort of feminine expression. And I feel like this person is restoring that balance because they show up as a very masculine energy. Um, and I feel like in terms of men, this could be someone that either ways you're dealing with toxic masculine energy over here. It's like for men, there's this energy of being overly stoic and hyper masculine, and probably having functional depression, falling sick really quickly. And this could be an overlapping energies in both genders, whatever gender your person belongs, whatever gender your person is. Like, it's like this energy of like boys don't cry kind of an energy, or like as a woman not being able to express her emotions. There's something of like hyper masculinity over here that this person is working on. And I mean, I know that this was about like you and your connection, but I can't ignore what's going on in their life. I just think that this connection has demanded a greater version of like themselves, or to step in a greater version of themselves. That um, it's not that they weren't good enough before. It's like they were good enough for a specific set of relationship. Now they're stepping in a different league or ball game, and they have to really up level themselves. So we have very soul and playfulness. So um I feel like this person is not very sure of what they want, okay, because they're still like clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And playfulness in reverse. I can tell you one thing. Um they're not looking for something that's casual, let's put it that way. And I feel like it's specifically in terms um in relation with you. I just think that they are in this process of still reevaluating their own worth and their own values. Some things are really changing within them. I feel like the relationship with their mother is very highlighted over here because it does go back to the parents. Um, I feel like this person unconsciously has an energy of push and pull. Like they want to talk to you, but then they also are very defensive. There's something of that sorts, like, and I think that their main focus could be on their own growth, especially in terms of feeling more stable in life. There's some sort of like, um, I just heard bounty hunter. Um, it's giving like this person feels like there's a toxic attachment to their past and how they were brought up, and it feels like the shadows of it constantly keep following them. They almost have this sense of like it will always catch up with them. Like there's some sort of, I think, deep um shame, like this feeling of being fundamentally damaged or broken that follows them, which makes me feel as if they think that they can never have the love that they desire. And that's why the magician is in reverse and the ace of cups. And I think that's important for you to know because it really does reflect how they're showing up. And because of that, I think that fundamentally wrong type of thought pattern really shows up in the way that they move, because they are quite defensive person, and a lot of these defenses are not something that they have completely uncovered, because it's in the unconscious energy and then it's with the conscious energy. The seven of wands, it's like they're showing you this side of them that is very, protective, masculine and everything, but then internally they are somewhere open for love as well. This is like a mix of like someone that's healing, okay? So you're going to see a lot of contradictory energies. And I think that with the Eight of Wands, it's like this person wants to definitely be around you and start something. And like they almost have this energy of like, I want to dive in completely. But then there's also like, no, 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 wait, like be cautious, be cautious. Like that's the type of energy. Like the there is a push and pull over here. This person could be a fearful avoidant or an anxious avoidant. No, anxious attachment style. This person could be a fearful avoidant because fearful avoidants have a push and pull. Fearful avoidance is, well, it's like you're moving towards a secure attachment style. It's like you want that intimacy. This person doesn't want anything casual with you. And I think why it's signifying another league in terms of relationships is because maybe before they were in on and off situations where they were with people that themselves were like that, and maybe this person was not aware of it. There was leniency basically. With you, I think there's greater chances of getting hurt if they are in this situation with you, because I think that they know that they are in love with you. I think that they're very aware of it, and I think they're not going to play with their own heart. first of all. Hmm. I'm getting a very interesting question that what do they really want deep down? And that too unconsciously. What is it that they really want? I'm not sure if you will like this answer, is what I'm hearing, but let's see. Strength in reverse. What do they really want deep down? What do they think of love as? This is a very interesting energy because this is again a push and pull energy. The Five of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. I almost keep getting this sense of like this person thinks that their past will catch up with them. There's this feeling of being fundamentally wrong or fundamentally broken. They feel that they're broken and they are not. There's like this need that they almost have this um they have this concept tied in with you, that if you actually choose to be with them, or if you do be with them, if you decide to be with them, it's just a proof that they are not that broken. There's something of that sort that they are stuck on, that they want you to choose them, love them, and prioritize them so that they know that they are worthy of love, because there's maybe some sort of like unattainability factor in their head about which may be stemming again from the inadequate feelings that come from their childhood. And I think that what they really want, I'm going to be very honest, okay, with the Strength Leo and Hierophant Taurus, Wheel of Fortune, all signs, they have not completely healed from their past, which is something that which is something that I don't expect this person to be completely healed, okay? But the thing is, if they don't, they will. I don't know, this is a tough situation, okay? Um, Strength in reverse gives me that they actually like people who control them. They attract people that are controlling. So you might be someone that's quite possessive and jealous. Like, you have to be honest with yourself about that. As possible you're not, I'm not sure. Um, and they do attract people that are a little commitment averse. Like, they don't choose them exactly. It's like this person has this concept perhaps that love has to be hard earned, so they feel like if the relationship is challenging, it can come to a peaceful resolution, but after a lot of pain and heartbreak. And the funny thing about having such a belief inside is that it actually really manifests. So I'm not sure if you mimic this energy to an extent that you have attracted this person in your life, but it's not a coincidence, right? I think that they do attract emotionally unavailable people. And this is not a bad person, of course, that goes without saying. I just feel like I'm not going to discredit them because I do see that they are on this path of healing. And as I said that before, that this person is quite connected with it. So everything has a time and a place. So I'm not going to necessarily go around, saying bad things about this person, because that would be frankly quite um, unrealistic to expect a perfect version of somebody, because all of us are somewhere in our healing journeys. And I just think that this is someone that is trying to heal. It's not a they're not standing still in life. They're doing best with what they have. um, I think that their main battle is definitely this core belief that there's something wrong with them, that they can't be loved. And I think that they tend to attract a lot of people that might have prior commitments or difficulty in choosing them at first glance. There's always some sort of third party, I think, that they tend to manifest. I mean, I feel like to an extent it's possible that this reading is a mix of you and their energy, or you guys mirror a lot, or yeah, there's some sort of like mirroring or mix of energies that I feel is possible. I have a few more pre-shuffle cards. Resilience, decay. Yeah, so they do struggle with letting go of their pain. This person might have had a really rough childhood, and I think that, yeah, my heart is suddenly like I get this burst of wanting to cry. I think that they do feel sorry for themselves. They're still in this place, but with resilience, this is not someone that is going to give up on themselves no matter how difficult it is. I think that a good part of them that is healed is because of their this not having a place to fall back upon. They know that the moment they get comfortable with, I think, mediocrity, they will not be anywhere close to what type of life they want. And there's some sort of dedication or devotion to the fact that they don't want to end up like their parents. That's what I feel like. That's why there's this energy that their past will catch up with them, not because they've done people wrong or something like that, but they're just, there's this feeling of like they're always gonna end up where they started. Like they almost have this fear that they're gonna end up like their parents. And unconscious energies. Oh, wow. So again, that's why I said this person is healing, and thank you, Spirit, because structure and release tells me that there's this shadow that this person knows that they need to release. And this may be someone that's pretty spiritually tapped in or just aware of themselves at this point, where I see like some sort of third eye work going on over here. um I just feel like this person may be someone that knows that they have a lot of work to do, but it's like they're taking one thing at a time. They know it's a marathon, and they're allowed to take a rest. They're allowed to take rests and breaks in between. They can't be perfect and always rushing through the process. So it seems like they do struggle, but they also have a lot of understanding of themselves, and they do show compassion to themselves with the Empress over here. They know that it's not just going to turn around for them overnight, but they're doing the best that they can. And I think that they know that they have to release an old foundation and they have to build another one for themselves slowly by slowly. So this person is unconsciously very, very aware of the fact that there is work to be done, but moreover, they are doing the work that is required for them to do for setting themselves up for success. I'm gonna pull out an advice card for you. See what Spirit has to say for you. I just heard like with patience, anything is possible. Patience. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to those you love and act on it. Um, I think that this is saying that um you are pretty adamant on still wanting this person around as possible. And I think that Spirit is trying to tell you that this person is quite non-emotional. At times they shut down. And I want you to know that one of their love languages is physical touch, which means that they feel more loved by, I think, innocent touches, but also passionate affairs. Like they really do enjoy, I think, quality time and, yeah, a lot of passion that I pick up on this person's end. It's like the heart of matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. I think that this person takes a lot of time to open up, a lot of time. especially because they are a mystery to themselves. So I think that you don't have to make your job to save this person. However, you can spend a little bit time giving them the space, or just you can give the situation a little bit more time to ripen in its own way. It's almost like compulsion or coercion or threatening them or saying things like that, or having this um way of being like, if you don't do this, I'm going to leave you. If you won't, somebody else will. Like, these kinds of things are going to push this person even further more away than from you. I mean, every person works in a different manner, right? And if you don't want to deal with it, that's completely fine. But if you are looking to really get to know them better, or develop an emotional bond with them, I think a better way would be to approach in a friendly manner. And patience goes a long way, is what I keep hearing. Patience goes a long way with this person. Past life relationship, so you have known each other before, and I feel like this person is waiting to reconcile with you. Yeah. Okay, so pile number 3, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below. I have another channel called Feral Oracle. I post spiritual tarot card readings, pick a card readings. So the link is given down below in the description box. Do make sure to check it out, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose the citrine, this is going to be your reading. Citrine is very related with our solar plexus. You have the sun energy over here. This is an energy that is more introspective, or I'd rather say more focused. I must have said the word introspective for a reason. I feel like this is more focused on how to ground this situation into reality. It could be a no contact situation, and it makes me feel as if this is a very cute energy, because this face of the sun is telling me like they love your face and they love your smile, and it makes them happy to see you. You make this person really happy. So I'm going to use one deck to pull out the conscious energy. That's going to be the top row, and then the cards are going to be clarified by unconscious energy by another deck. And I'm going to take cards as I feel guided to. I have a pre-shuffle card. Authenticity number 10. The energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives with others as well as ourselves. So I feel like sun energy is also about clarifications, about clarity of thought. And I feel like with the symbolicism of these flowers in the tree, I mean, like the leaves growing around it, it makes me feel like your person has had some sort of like development, or desires development over here. Like they want happiness to come in this situation. That's what they're desiring. This is someone that has this level of positivity that I'm picking up. It's coming through this sun. This is radiating positivity and happiness. Is like what the sun does for you. I'm hearing the song "Who Loves the Sun." it has this line, who cares what it does when you are no longer mine. So it's like there's something where this person has realized your importance in their life, and um I don't think that they're a bad person or something like that. I just think that they just I don't know, I'm hearing a stupid move. They sabotage the situation out of insecurity is what I'm hearing. We have the Magician, Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is the King of Wands, Gemini, Virgo. I think this is a connection that you cannot predict. You don't know what comes ahead, and I feel like that is something that I want to give you as a hope, because maybe you're not able to figure out, and it doesn't have to be always negative that it doesn't work out with this person. I feel like there's pessimism on your end, or maybe just generally how things have been for you. Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, I'm seeing the Queen of Wands. We have counterpart energy, Empress, and the Two of Wands. For the unconscious energy, I'm going to take another tarot deck. We have Gemini, Virgo, Taurus. They see you as a very, if you're a woman, they see you as a very, like a catch. I'm hearing the words eligible bachelor. Justice in reverse, Libra. Somebody could be Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. High Priestess, Hanged Man, reverse, Queen of Wands again. Bottom of the deck, I have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Six of Cups. Oh wow. And now when I remove it, also we have the Eight of Cups and the Four of Cups. So Pisces twice. So there is some major change that has happened in this person's programming. I'm going to talk more about the unconscious energy, but I need a minute because I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. I think this person has needed some peace and quiet to understand, make sense of themselves in this situation, and a lot of what they've understood is that on a deeper level, they have realized that they don't know how to take care of themselves and love themselves, and their choices in the past have not reflected self-love, quote unquote. And I think that this person has realized that they really admire you as a person, and I feel like they have idealized you and they look up to you more than they have realized that they love you. You are someone that is like a mentor to them more than a partner, and that's why there is this idealization about you, and seeing you as someone that's very eligible and somewhere feeling like you are out of their league in terms of vibration and frequency and a quality of person that you are. So they have realized also this, that um, they have valued what they have and how they look more than with all the jewels as well. Like um, they have some trauma around not being seen and being valued for what they have rather than who they are as a person. So even if they are quite a known person, or they're popular, they've got friends, or they're influential, or they have their own power in some shape or form, they have realized that not a lot of people really see through them the way you have. And it's important, Spirit is saying it's important for us to understand this about their realizations before we dive into what they feel and think about you and this connection, because I don't know, it just sets a foundation. So, because the Queen of Wands keeps bringing me back to you, but this is their unconscious energy, and the Queen of Wands is also there in terms of how they feel about you. So, they have known always that you are different than what they have experienced, and in the best shape or form, best possible manner, because I'm hearing apparently this person's type has never really worked for them, or their level of social exposure has not been very good enough that it exposes them to a new way of being or new type of people or more kindred spirits or people that are more kind. They, because if they are around a lot of people that just like them for what they have and how they look, then of course that sort of social influence is just embedded in vanity. It's not exactly giving you any sort of depth or satiation for intimacy, right? People are not really seeing you for who you are, and there's almost this energy of always, if you have one or two good friends that actually see you for who you are, you're going to feel very content. And if you don't even have that, you are going to have 15, 20 people around that you're going to constantly hang out with, because the need that you actually want to fulfill is not being fulfilled, it's not being met. So that is why they say that quality over quantity. And I think that a lot of these things have been realized, recognized, and absorbed by this person intentionally, is what I'm hearing, because they just felt like a little ungrounded and floating around in life. They do question at this point in their age um, why they are not that happy with everything that they have, because they might have a lot of things that people really want, but it's not something that fulfills you on a soul level. That's so I feel like with the Hangman in reverse, this could indicate a spiritual awakening that started because of your connection. And they think that, I'm hearing that any person that probably comes in touch with you can never go back to being the same. That's how they feel, that you have really, really and miraculously beautifully changed their perspective on life. And these are things that they feel deep, deep, deep inside. These are That is why there's a level of idolization and looking up to you like a mentor rather than somebody that is like equal to them. because of your boldness, and how they think that you have a level of resilience, excuse me, and I want to say the right word. You have a level of ease, or you are a very strong person that manages to glide through life like nothing really hurts them, and you make challenges look easy to them. So I feel like it's just another word to say that you've been through a lot, and um, you are very graceful at the very least. So I think that whatever you encounters you've particularly had with this person have shown them about themselves in ways in which they have rejected you, pushed you away, and I really feel the word is rejected or abandoned or avoided you. So even though that they know that you are their counterpart, and sometimes it's unbelievable for them because of the way that they view you, and I'm hearing from spirit that you are so used to yourself, you don't recognize how powerful you come across to someone that is not that quote unquote spiritual, or has not had those experiences. So it's like this intimidation facet is somewhat, I'm hearing, necessary. Now I can't say why is it necessary. We'll see if we get an answer to that, but I don't know. um this person might be good at other things, but they're not exactly on your level in a spiritual denominator, and that can be good sometimes. But I do see this serious level of, I don't know, discrepancy, or like it's like two people from different worlds that I see over here, that somehow the universe s- does know, and both of you know that you are counterparts. That is very interesting over here. It's not a mistake that you are in each other's lives and hearts and minds. So this could be a telepathic connection as well. I think that you gotta have to take all of the things that I say in consideration, because if a lot of it is not directly coming towards you in terms of your current situation, it means it's coming from the subconscious part. And I see this person not being immature. They have their own set of expertise, things that maybe you don't know. It's possible, right? Not everybody knows everything. Um, which is what I'm hearing is like opposite to how they think of you. They think that you are a jack of all trades. So imagine somebody pouring on so much flattery with you, it like takes away from the realistic side of you. And maybe one thing that I'm also hearing from spirit is that they don't know how difficult it is to be you. You present yourself in such a manner, but the constant battles and the psychic attacks and the shadow work and your gifts and the responsibility your gifts brings, and there's almost this feeling that you somewhere deep inside maybe know a little bit that this person is like karmic. You, as much as you'd want them to be permanent person, you can't ignore the level of, maybe, I don't know, there's this division that you come from two different worlds. You are very good at just selectively showing what you want to show, and it has substantially taken away from your humanity in some way. So I think that this person also knows that there was this line from Notting Hill that I'm just a girl in front of a boy asking him to love her, even though she did like psychotic things before that. It's just that line that they know that at the end of the day, despite all of these things, you're just a girl or just a boy that wants to be loved by another person, right? Um, and they can sense it because that's what I said. They might have their own level of expertise in a different walk of life, but they're not immature or they're not blind, or it's not like they're still not connected to their own intuition, right? Because the intuition card is there, and maybe they show up in a different manner in life, which I feel like is a part of trauma response, but deep down, this person is very intuitive and they know that there's a strong connection, and as much as they're grateful for it, they cannot ignore the differences between the both of you. That's what I think keeps coming up. um, I'm gonna take your pre-shuffle cards. We have you deserve love and true love in reverse. So I think this is their own thought pattern. At the core of it, why they have idealized you is their own issue. Is their own issue. I'm getting questions from spirit. How does this unworthiness of because see, I said that they have people that admire them for their superficiality. They have crave. They have a need. They crave intimacy, right? So because this has manifested, it's like whatever you believe about yourself and where you see worthy is what other people will find worthy about you, right? If you're just, I'll give you a lame example. If you think that buying new shoes and kicks is gonna give you attention from people, yeah, they will like you, but for your money, what you're wearing, they might not really genuinely value you as a person, right? So it's like no matter what you keep putting on, it's like they're not gonna see your value till the time you recognize that the value is in your heart, is inside you, not what you're wearing or putting on yourself. So it's possible, and I'm just gonna wing it, that maybe you do present out this image of perfection also because you're also scared if somebody sees what it takes to be you. It's like putting out you both, something very interesting that's unfolding over here is that you put out a perfect image out there, and then you're scared if a person sees me, the closer they get to me, they'll see that I'm not that perfect and there are many crooked walls over here. It's very interesting because I feel like I just heard that it's not as bad as you think. Both of you think it's not that bad, and you do this because you think that just you, without everything else, without every goddamn thing else in this world, just you, just the plain you, without your career, your job, your money, your hair, your nails, your shoes, your jewelry, your diamonds, your family, your friends, just you, just plain simple you is not enough. I gotta say, this is a difficult lesson to absorb because it's like it takes away everything that you have for you to see who you really are. And I feel like the universe took away this person for you to see your value without them. And same for them. Oh my god, this must have been very painful because it's like I can see a wall between two people that are just like trying to figure out how to get past that wall because both of them just feel so much love at the end of the day, and then they just get tired of trying to figure out, and then they just both sit at the other side of the wall, and they're both just sitting and hoping that somehow this wall is removed, or they just wake up to a reality where that wall never existed, and they just there's I'm going to tell you one thing, that this separation is very very divinely guided, and you're not crazy for still having feelings for them or thinking like whatever bullshit, I don't know, karmic, no karmic, soulmate, whatever the heck it is. It's like at this point it doesn't even matter because you feel so much for each other, and I think that the feeling is mutual, that you just, it's like, just let me experience this because it really hurts my heart and I really yearn for them. And I think one thing that is common between the both of you during this separation is that it's really humble due to the fact that you have love for each other. And I feel like because this separation was so strong, it's kind of humbled you to not play games or pretend to be perfect or like stoic or prideful or egocentric, in a sense where you just know that you really care and you goddamn love that person. And you're not gonna play with your own heart by telling yourself like, oh no, I don't have feelings, or be defensive, because I think that there's almost this fantasy in both of your heads that the moment you get another chance to be with them, you just want to rush in and tell them how you really feel, because this moment of being away and just feeling like when does this end has been very, very like torturous for both of you. And I can say that strongly for your person. I was asking, how is this feeling of unworthiness showing up in their conscious thoughts? We have the sun in reverse, Leo, nine of wands, feeling tired, feeling so tired, feeling somewhere as well as hopeless, that I really, really care for you and I just don't know what is the possibility. Let me see what it says. It is well to have as many holds upon happiness as possible. So I feel like it's very safe to say that they're very, very unhappy without you. And I feel like Nine of Wands in this is an energy of like, the metaphor I used of like that wall you're trying to break. It's between the both of you. They got tired of trying to figure it out, and it's almost like this sense of like giving up on both of your ends, feeling a little bit like, oh my god, what's gonna happen now? Like, I'm just so tired, man. I just can't catch a break. Like, why won't God remove my feelings for this person if I'm not going to be allowed to be with them? Like, that's what I pick up over here. It's like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of what's happening over here. Five of Swords in reverse. However, I see this as a moment of detachment that you're getting. So, the paradox of this situation is, as much as it makes you feel like you're giving up, it's actually teaching you detachment, and it's healing your codependency towards this person. It's like a level ahead of this neediness that you had for each other. Like, I just want to be with them, I just want to be with them, I just want to be with them. Like, there's something inside of you that is healing because there is no option. The wall is not breaking down. You still have love for them. The only option left is to sit with those feelings, and also the feeling of loneliness or unworthiness or emptiness and yearning for this person. So, in the most, again, the paradox of this is like, as much as you feel far away from this person, you're still connected to them. Your feelings for them are the only reason you are healing this void inside of you that was yearning for another person. And I do feel like this was quite a core wound, and this was a difficult situation for the both of you. It could have turned very toxic if that wall was not created. That's the best thing I can say. I can completely understand how painful it can be to have love for someone, feeling like you can't be with them, but I am definitely seeing a very small silver lining, which is the concreteness of your relationship and your individuality at this point. It doesn't mean that you're not mature, it just means that we all have our own path to heal from, and our own path to heal on, and things to heal from. And you both sound like very credible individuals who, I feel like this is like a love story over here that I am just narrating. Instead of this just being about your person, I think, and I really do hope that this brought in more insight about your overall situation, because Maybe there's strong mirroring, but I definitely feel like if it wasn't a we, then it was definitely a person, how they feel and how they have been slowly by slowly healing. Because if the Five of Swords was upright, it would have told me that there's strong feelings of defeat. But Five of Swords in reverse tells me a resistance of neediness subsiding, detachment taking place. So there might be fears on both ends, that is disconnection getting over. However, I cannot answer that, but I can definitely tell you that you are healing. That's why the love still remains in the heart, but there's not a constant yearning. That is your first sign that you are healing. So I have few more pre-shuffle cards. I'm gonna see how this. So for the conscious, wow. Evolution and gifts, honey. So this is like I said, that you both are good at your own places in life. You may be very good with some things, this person may be very good with other things. It doesn't make them dumb, it just means that you learned certain things before them, and they learn certain things before your time of learning those things. Both of you have your own gifts, and I feel like in especially your person's situation, consciously this person is recognizing their intuition to be more stronger than they gave it credit. This is the malachite that I'm seeing over here. They are also recognizing a lot of red flags in people around them. There's like a negativity factor that this person has picked up on a bullshit alarm, or like they've started, their discernment is getting very much better. And with the evolution, because they're healing this neediness, they're recognizing the people that they used to latch on to, or these things and things that they used to use to define themselves, they thought that they needed it. It's like a spiritual awakening for sure, and a lot of it has brought in a new level of consciousness and understanding, which is, it sets this person apart and for success, because I feel like they are already good at certain things, and they have a sharp mind which now they can use and benefit from it, and using the spiritual potency of it definitely sets them apart, just like it has helped you, right? So that's what I'm picking up. And for the unconscious energy, phenomenon and grief, unconsciously they are not aware of how much past relationships and childhood affairs still affect them, but there is this willingness or recognition that the ways in which their body reacts, it's like a third person perspective that they're getting because of their gifts. They can consciously see that this is not me, this is a triggered body, loosely phrasing it. They might not speak about it in that manner, but they do recognize the way in which their body trauma responds, and they feel difficult and uneasy in their own body. They recognize that even though they have no memory of it, there is still pain stored in the body, and that's why I say that this person has maturity in some level. Um, and the more that they're developing their gifts and they're proceeding on, um, they're just focusing and they're progressing. My bad, they're progressing on healing themselves. I feel like this distance between their intuition and disassociation of body due to trauma is closing out its gap. It's like they're getting closer to themselves. If you see that there are two spheres over here, and there is one big sphere and the smaller one, they are similar depictions, pictures, and I feel like there's something very strong about the distance or the gap between true self, thank you spirit, authenticity, true self, and false identity or a trauma response that creates an ego identity. So all in all, I feel like this is a very, very insightful reading. Pile number 4, I'm gonna pull out advice cards for you, see what spirit can tell you. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. What Are you rushing forward for? You are limitless. You can do anything you choose in reverse. I feel like you are taking too much burden of how this plays out because you know that you are more spiritually mature. And I really want you to understand, and I really hope that it shows up in a manner for you where you can trust this person's discernment. Because I don't know, I just feel that you think that just because they're not as spiritually elevated as you, they are less capable of handling this situation or loving you in the way that you deserve love. And I think that maybe because you are a spiritually tapped in, gifted person, you think that if somebody is not showing up, quote unquote, spiritually conscious, they wouldn't know how to love you. That I feel like that you have attached to a spiritual ego or a narrative that tells you that maybe there's a level of superiority within you. Okay. And I feel like you need to break that down in order to understand that love is not a coding that needs to be coded. I do understand that certain people, when they don't have that level of consciousness, they can't love you. But love is a language that is understood by even animals that can't speak. So don't have this concrete belief that only a person that is very elevated and spiritually tapped in can love me. No, I think that a person is as innocent and naive as a baby can also make you feel so many things. They don't have the wise wisdom, So it's like, be a little bit open minded with this person. It's like they don't have to be perfect, but if they are able to fulfill your needs and you are able to fulfill their needs, it doesn't really matter so much where you guys come from, as long as where you want to go together really matches up with it. And I feel like maybe there's something like love is not enough to make things work. I understand that, but I don't know, I just had to say that love is not a degree or a course that you need qualification for. Okay, so buyer number 4, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really hope that this was helpful. If it was, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below. I have a second channel called Feral Oracle. The link is given down in the description box. Check it out. I post spiritual pick a card readings that I used to previously post on this channel. And I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye.